are you gonna do?
Well, finally got the boat running.
The boat's gonna boat?
Yes, the boat actually boats now. Gonna finally take that trip Daniel talked about.
That's awesome. You and Mark?
Yeah, me and Mark. And you, if you want to come. Sorry, I'm just springing this on you right now. I'm springing this whole trip on myself, to be honest.
Oh yeah, no, that's okay.
I was gonna leave at dawn.
Yeah. I just gotta see about something first.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not saying no.
No, I get it.
Okay. So Dawn?
Yeah.
It's something that's baked into our show. So like our show actually sort of pays homages in each episode to different films. So it just sort of like was a great sort of natural evolution of that, of like, if we're doing that in our show, then like maybe we could create posters that also sort of highlight that in each thing. And it's just been a really like fun, successful thing that the fans can engage in. It's a way to sort of get them excited every week for the new episode. And then Alyssa, who works with socials, has also like her partner make these sort of like sizzle
video
reel
edits. Yeah, I love those.
Trailers,
my favorite.
and even the trailers that we release every week are also kind of themed and have like a themed music or whatever from that specific genre we're drawing from. And so yeah, it's been fun to see those little posters and see people get excited about them. Yeah,
I would love Avatar.
oh yeah, great.
How about
yeah.
Titanic, guys?
Yeah,
Let's just go all the way.
On the boat.
On the boat. Yeah, my boat sinks.
Ellis ends
And then
up
she leaves me to drown and slowly fade into the water. And
That's
she
the
survives
season finale.
with the cat.
With the cat.
Yeah. The cat and her make it, but Ellis dies.
The cat and
Tragically drowns in the cold Vancouver water.
That was hilarious. Yeah.
You know, there's moments I think when you're in love and you're full of butterflies and you're connected to someone and things just kind of, you know, fly out of your mouth. The filter's removed and you sort of let things slip. And I think in that moment, Ellis is just reflecting on a lot of things. He's made this last minute decision to take a trip. And of course he has feelings for Max, and I think it just sort of slips out to invite her. And I think the moment it leaves his lips, he's like, oh, I just said that, and that's very forward, and I can see that on her face that she's like, oh, wow, that was kind of very forward. I wasn't expecting that. So, but ultimately, I think it all plays out exactly the way it should. So he's happy he said it, she's happy he said it, and then we don't really get to see what happens. That'll be until next season.
In that moment, I think she's really like she wants to go away with Ellis, but then she's also torn. She wants to be with her dad and Ricky, and so yeah, I think it's torn because she wants that stability, and obviously she has feelings for Ellis, and I feel like it's feelings she's never felt before. So she's kind of just like, what do I do with this, and what do I do in this moment? I think she's just confused with all the emotions she's feeling.
Yeah, and it's like it's happening very fast.
Very fast.
Yeah.
George's whole ethos is you can't get involved, you can't have strings, you can't have things tying you to any place, because if you got to get out of town, you got to get out of town. So I think George is, he understands this, but I think he's not happy about it. And we'll have to see how that plays out next season. But I think now that George is out of prison and, you know, is hopefully going to be more involved in what's going on a daily basis, we'll have to see how he tries to manage the situation.
Yeah. A little bit roadblocks for them.
Conflicted. How about that? Well, I love working on the show, so I'm happy to be there as much as these guys want me to be there. That being said, I kind of enjoy watching these two talented people carry the freight every day, and I just kind of drop in, because I'm not 22 anymore.
Honestly, you saying that just made me so excited for next season, because I literally have no idea what they have in store. And honestly, getting to meet my mom, seeing who they cast as that character and what's even gonna unfold is so exciting for me as an actor, but also I'm just excited for Max, you know, because what even happened there? I thought she was dead.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see what happens. They haven't told me yet.
Yeah, ultimately, that's the thing that was, I think, really important, is that we see that Ellis does leave, right? It's not like he's waiting on the dock and then it ends being like, oh, did she come? Did she not? She didn't. She didn't show up. He leaves. So that's the sort of important part for the end of the season, to see that. And what will be the repercussions of that decision of her not sort of showing up, and how will he take that? Will he understand that she didn't come for a very important reason, and all those things? So, but yeah, I just think it sets up so much for the next season. I'll share a little tidbit. Originally, the way it was written in this finale is that at the boat they were supposed to share a kiss. And so I had brought this to Vanessa, and in this sort of will they, won't they, I felt like it was too much too soon. And I actually thought that it would be much more intimate if they did not kiss, but felt all of that chemistry and sparks between them, and we ultimately just landed on an embrace, which felt like a kiss, to be honest. It had all the same kind of sparks. But I think the embrace was a promise of a kiss should she come back on the boat. And then we don't get that opportunity. So I think that's sort of like, they both clearly want that.
Yeah.
They just don't know how to say it to each other, I think. At the
Leaves
moment.
people wanting more.
Yeah. Well, look, we love romance trope.
Yeah.
Slow burn.
Slow burn,
that's
exactly.
the name of the game, especially.
Yeah, otherwise we can't get that longevity, you know.
Yeah.
We gotta sort of create obstacles in the way and drag those moments out for as long as we can.
I mean, I would love, just like, selfishly, I would love like maybe one of my castmates from Riverdale on it, just for fun. But then my mom, I would love Halle
Yeah.
Berry.
Yeah, Hallie, are you listening?
You available?
Are you available to play Vanessa's mother? We'd love that.
Yeah, we'd love that.
Love to have you.
Halle Berry, 100%.
Yeah.
Tick that box.
We're gonna manifest this.
Let's blast this on social media.
Go ahead.
So wait, what's the question?
Just sort of like what has that been like for the two of you to work together and like dive into
Look
this
at them.
father-daughter?
Look at them.
Yeah.
They already have that
This
relationship.
is the answer.
They just
Yeah,
they
we
slid
really
into
do.
the father-daughter relationship so
We
well.
slipped in it right away
We were-
as soon as
we
I
were
said-
having dinner the other night, and she had her daughter, and you know, Jason's like playing with their daughter, and like, you know, and like I was just looking at them. I'm like, you guys fit this. He's already like playing the father, like even in real life. Like they already
Yeah.
slip into that dynamic, and so it was yeah.
Yeah, honestly, energetically, it just felt like that dynamic. 'Cause remember, as soon as I saw you, we haven't even met yet, and I saw you said, "Dad." Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I felt like season 2 was really, really focused on sort of wrapping up the storyline for Ellis in terms of who killed his brother and bringing that to justice. So I feel like next season's really going to be about exploring Vanessa's backstory and past and her trauma, which is like the absence of her mother. So I feel like next season's really going to more focus on that. So for my character, I don't really know what we're going to explore. I think it's him sort of having that resolve. And as we all think that like when we sort of close a chapter that it's done, but of course grief stays with you forever, right? So it's not just about, okay, we caught the killer and now I can sleep at night. And it's like, no, your brother's still dead. He's still gone. And so how do I justify that? How do I live with that? And who
Right.
am I in this new world after that?
Yeah, and how do you, like, once you have that closure, it's like, that's what I've been gunning for all this whole
Yeah,
time. What
exactly.
do I do now?
Why do I still feel empty? Why
Yeah.
do I still, you know, how do I live, basically? Yeah. So that's, I think, what's going to be for Alice next season.
I mean, yeah, I think it's going to be exploring more of my backstory with my mom. My dad's going to be very involved with that because obviously his wife just came back. I think it's going to really change the dynamic. It's just been me and my dad for a long time. And I would also love to know more of the backstory personally with me and Ricky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would really love to know
Yeah.
that. And yeah, I have no idea what's going to happen with Max and Ellis, as you know, he left on the boat. So I think there's a lot of really interesting things to dive into.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to unpacking all of the things that make George who he is, and all of the things that transpired before that made, and his wife coming back is going to be huge for us to explore. So it's gonna be a lot of fun next year.
I think they're the only game. I think, you know, it's not like a show where there's like a 10 cast members and all these, you know, it's just us, really.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, I think we are.
I think they're
endgame.
I think they're endgame.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
At least I would like to think so for Max. You know what I mean? I would love to see them together.